don't know shit about boxing at all. Period. The guy who Ali is right here. You know where it is, huh? Let's be honest, man. You must know shit about boxing. The longest reigning champion ever in the history of boxing, half of people don't even know. That's Joe Louis. Great Latin fighter. You should know who he is. Oscar. What the fuck you say? I mean. So, on today's episode of You Don't Know Shit About Boxing, this is the first time ever, you know, I had been doing this segment long, but this is the first time ever a guy has made it on my show twice. And the reason why he made it on my show is because he has a cult-like following of grown men who change their last names and question nothing of what he tells them. And this is Mr. Light Burley. But before we get into all of this, I have to address this first. Tim Witherspoon has a channel where he has a Patreon. You know, if you want to know the sport of boxing, go to his channel and subscribe, man. If people can give donations of $500 to people to enforce their biases, they definitely can give to a former champion, you know, who's paid the dues of blood, sweat, and tears into our sport, because boxing ain't got no retirement. It's not like the NFL where you get paid to be in the Hall of Fame, you know. And Tim Witherspoon is a former title holder. You know, he did right by boxing, but boxing didn't do right by him. So let's first off say that we need to clean up boxing and at the same time preserve our legends. And he is exactly what I just said. He's a legend in every sense of the word. He beat Larry Holmes and was robbed for it. But in this video, and go to his channel, man, he gives Larry a lot of free game too, that you can't get stuff like that. There's a lot of people on YouTube teaching peekaboo and all these stuff, and they don't know anything about the sport. And you have somebody who learned from an old school trainer, and you know, he should have 100,000 subs. I mean, but in the video, he talks about rubbernecking, and I've never heard it called that, but I know exactly what he was talking about when he demonstrated it. He was rolling and riding with the shots. The first person I ever got introduced to doing this from my coach taught me was Roberto Durant. Roberto Durant would ride and roll with the shots and counter off those shots with his hands down. He didn't do a shoulder roll that Floyd made famous. He did hands down, throw the shots at me. I'm a slip, roll, and ride. But listen to Tim Witherspoon explain what rubbernecking is, and then we'll get into it.
Okay. When you see the punch coming or left hook or something, you just take your neck and go around like this. Then you come back. Okay? And when the right hand comes, just come around and you go like that and you snap it back. So you got to do it faster. Okay? Yep. Ready? Come on. Yeah. Right? Go ahead. Right? Right? That's rubbernecking. Keep on. That's called rubbernecking. Come on, one more. Okay, now, you also can turn in your body a little bit with the rubberneck. Right? Come on. Okay? And then you can throw a punch counter, okay, to the other side, and you can come back. Okay, one more time. You missed the punch, and you can come back, got another one, like that, boom. Okay? That's rubbernecking. And you don't do it all the time. You don't do it all the time unless you're used to it. Okay? If you're used to it, you can get away with it. You can throw a punch back on it, or you can just miss the punch. Okay? That's rubbernecking.
We can get into more detail with that later about more techniques and how you follow up, how when you use rubbernecking. So we have more videos coming out on that.
We definitely will have a lot of videos coming out on different techniques and different skills on our YouTube channel. But rubbernecking was done by the old timers. I don't think nobody knew what to do. There's a lot of boxers probably by the natural skills do it, but it's actually something that we did back in the day with the trainers taught us to do. And I did it in the Larry Holmes fight. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Subscribe and like our channel.
And share it too.
And share it, yeah.
Now, like I said, I never heard it called that before, but slipping and rolling and riding with the shots is a lost art. And if you go to a trainer and he doesn't, understand that concept, he probably doesn't know anything about boxing. But I understood exactly what he was talking about, even though I didn't recognize the name. He was talking about hands down, rolling and riding with the shots. Roberto Durant, like I said, was one of the first people I saw do it. And Canelo does a little bit of it because they got that old school, Ray Arcero worked with Roberto Duran, and Eddie Reynoso studies old school trainers, so he understands that too. But check it out, check them out, check them doing the same thing. Now, like I said, and like he said, old school trainers have access to this knowledge, but if you don't know, you don't know. And Light has a cult following, and he's seen my boy do the video where he was talking about rubbernecking, and he doesn't have a concept of the sport. So listen to his version of rubbernecking or riding the shots, and tell me if it looks or sounds anything like what you just seen with Tim Witherspoon. Check him out.
What it is, it's your boy LB back with the head movement. This is I've heard it called chicken neck, but this is more appreciation to the drill, because we're gonna call it rubbernecking. That's what terrible Tim Witherspoon calls it.
The first thing I want you guys to notice is this guy looks like the survival guy that went viral online for teaching false information. He even has a corny leather vest though. But anyway, carry on, Mr. Light.
So this is going to be your training in rubbernecking. Now, you want to start off slow, people. Don't worry about speed. Speed is not necessary. So, once again, I'm in my front leg more. I'm gonna keep my hands at my side like a gunslinger, just so I don't have the urge to do this to cover myself. Because as you're learning your rubbernecking, you need to learn how to really get your movement going.
Now I'm going to put it in slow motion. I want you guys to notice something. He doesn't ride one shot. All he does is slip punches. He doesn't ride one punch. He doesn't let one punch land and then rides it, or rides it before it gets there and make it miss just barely. He slips all the punches. He doesn't even understand the concept of rubbernecking, but he's acting like he does. But check him out. I'm going to put it in slow.
So you want to take your hands away. Now, this may not how you're going to be in a real fight, but it's still good for the training. So now, nice and slow. Your opponent is going to go slow. He's going to build it up with you. He's working with you. Give me the jab to the head. Give me the jab again. And another one. So that's the drill right there. At that speed, he's going to give you 3 jabs. And you're
gonna work your three position. Now, let's slow it down so I can give you all three positions. Throw me the jab, straight down. Now leave it out there so they can see it. Straight here. Pull the jab back. Again, another jab. Here. Inside. This is the most dangerous one because you're baiting him. This is the killer. So you know when you come inside that house, you gotta either pull some ish off or be ready to move a block. Back. Another jab. To the outside. This is the outside. So far you have lower, inside, outside. And now we can start also connecting them. Give me a jab. So you see I connected this. So as he jabbed, I went here and under. So this will start covering your path if he turns it into a hook or, it becomes a...
Like I said, none of that stuff looked anything like what Tim Witherspoon did. You know why? Because Tim Witherspoon has experience in the sport and he knows what he's talking about. And this guy doesn't. He does another sport. Like if you want to teach 52 or whatever you're teaching, because the 52 community don't even respect, but if you want to teach that, then teach that. But don't claim to know boxing and you don't know boxing. This is the last time I'm dealing with this. I don't want to hear any more. I don't care if Jesus Christ co-signs you. The fact of the matter is, until you get in the ring and try shit that you're talking about on a competition level, not sparring or tech sparring, because that's what I see you do. You tech spar. People go 30 or 40% tech sparring. Until you get in there, I don't want to hear any more about how much you know about or who you trained or whatever. That's retarded. That's like Emmanuel Stewart and Customato and Emmanuel Stewart saying, oh, well, my fighter beat Customato's fighter. I'm the best trainer in the world. There's nobody like me. What? Doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna end it like this. My friend in Texas has an event in his backyard, kind of like Street Beast. And you make seminars flying all over the globe. If you're really about testing about your theories and everything, come to the backyard and me and you could spar, fight, whatever you want to call it. We could even take away the cameras so nobody could see you get bruised up and beat up. So we could do it any style that you want to do it. So until you are ready to do that, please don't answer me, don't speak to me, don't do anything. Just keep taking advantage of your audience because you have a cult-like following and it's really, really crazy and obsessed. They're like BTS fans, girls for BTS or Rihanna's Navy. They're just like that. They come after you. They find videos just with your name in the title. The saddest thing about Jim Jones wasn't the fact that the cult killed themselves by drinking poison, but the fact that there were grown men in the cult that was a part of the cult, and they allowed their families to do it because they were so much of a follower and they didn't have their own thoughts or original thoughts or couldn't think for themselves, that they allowed another man to do it that led to their death. But the fact of the matter is that stuff will never work in competition. And if you think it could, accept my challenge. If not, just shut up forever. But anyway, step to the front of the congregation for the second time, sir. The boxing world would like to have a word with you. Roger Mayweather, talk to him.
motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Most motherfuckers don't know shit. Most motherfuckers
That's
don't know
it
shit.
for today's episode. Anyways, the Bucket Scholar. Namaste.